This is Formation Time, day 29. We've been looking at the ways of formation presented by Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, and the book of Acts. Today, we're talking about the final gospel, the weird gospel, the amazing gospel, the gospel according to John. The gospel according to John is the way of love. The way of love is the gospel according to John. What do I mean by that? John highlights the centrality of love to the very being of God, to the incarnation of the Son of God, of Jesus, and how abiding in the love of God unifies us and connects us to the vine, to the central power that created the entire universe. John is more theological than any other gospel. There's more high ideas that we have to meditate on and that we have to roll around in our brain. John is the gospel of unity. It's the gospel of cosmic design. It's the gospel of incarnation, of divine love, of the Word made flesh, the Logos. The gospel of John shines a light in the darkness and shows us through Jesus' teaching and his actions, both his deep humanity and his divine identity. I am the good shepherd, he says. I am the bread of life. I am the way, the truth, and the life. God so loved the world that he gave his only son. These are the central messages of the Gospel of John. There's a reason why when many people first become Christians, they either become Christians by reading the Gospel of John, or they're sustained and they're grown in their newfound faith by the Gospel of John. It's straightforward, darkness and light, who Jesus is at the deepest possible reality. The way of love is a way to abide in, to sit in, to soak in. And so I want to encourage you, this way of love, this way of Jesus in the Gospel of John, it's something to savor. It's something to be amazed by. Very few people have written the kind of theological poetry that John has in this gospel. It is a different tone than the other gospel. And we get some amazing and unique stories about Jesus' heart for righteousness, for justice, for courage, for love here in the pages of the Gospel of John. So let's sit for a moment and ask God to remind us of his love, to help us abide in his love, to be encouraged by the way of love that we see in the Gospel of John. Maybe open up the Gospel of John and read a passage. Maybe just meditate on the ways that God has shown you love and the way that you're called to love others. Let's take some time and think about the great love of God. John, the last gospel, the fourth gospel, the gospel written by the disciple whom Jesus loved. It's a testament to the divine love of God. Thank you for taking some time today to just dwell on that with me, to think about the ways that God has loved us and calls us to love one another. Tomorrow, on the last final day of Formation Time, we're going to take a look at the book of Acts. See you then.